And talking about cell phone use, you guys, younger generation, uh, and you've been raised with this type of thing. I get really bugged when I'm like sitting having coffee and somebody all of a sudden goes on their cell phone and, where am I in this conversation? What bugs you about cell phones?
I think it's just that we're trying to have a personal conversation. We don't have a lot of time in our day, and so when I get together with a friend or with anyone and they're on their smartphone, they're checking their Facebook, it just seems like they'd rather be somewhere else than here, and so it's kind of a waste of my time. Yesterday, I disabled my friend's phone by trying to get into her, trying to plug in her password, and it disabled for like 20 minutes. Probably the best 20 minutes of our evening. Yeah.
You think this is like, should we have a law, that kind of says, hey, in restaurants, cell phones are not to be used? Yeah.
Places. And I said hands free, but public places a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's more like a relational thing, and I think one of the things that bugs me is usually your texting conversations aren't even that important. I mean, a lot of times it's not like a do or die situation, right? It's like, what are you wearing or something like that. So.
Yeah, I've never. So do you think we've become too kind of crazy about our cell phone use? I mean, it's. Has technology kind of taken over for us, and the real art of communication has got lost on things like Facebook and all that kind of stuff, where we really, I mean, do you really have 300 and 500 friends? Like some people say they have 1,000 friends on Facebook.
Yeah, I get made fun of all the time because I have like 1,500. But really, I'm only like friends with 30 of them that I consistently talk to, and so it's a little bit like my private life is exposed to that many people, which is a little bit frightening. But at the same time, it's a good networking tool. There may not be people that I talk to all the time, but when I am in a different city and I have a friend from like 5 years ago, I can get in contact with them and meet up for coffee or something like that. So I think there's pros and cons to every technology that's like advancing, like cell phones and the fact that we can access our email on the go, like that. That means that my dad doesn't have to be in the office all the time. So things like that, that's cool, but for the most part, like relational things, I think there should be some boundaries. Not a rule per se, but like, a common understanding. And, I'm not going to go on my phone while I'm engaging in conversation.
Too, with young people, I mean, I think there's been like all this splurge of technology, and I think everyone's kind of realizing now, like, whoa, it's not maybe the best thing. And I think a lot of people our age are starting to reevaluate how much time they spend on their phone and, doing that different type of stuff. So I think it's like people are personally engaging, right?
Yeah, I would hope that that's the case, because usually there is kind of a reaction,
Yeah.
and it kind of swings out, and the pendulum comes back.
Pulling back a little bit.
Yeah. Because it really is true. I think the idea of just what you guys are doing here is like the best form of what's going on, because that's what true friendship is. You get a chance to sit down and get to talk to a person, get to look them in the eyes and all that stuff. But the cell phone can be a distraction to that, and that's. I guess it's up to the person. I mean, would you feel comfortable saying to like if you're on a date with someone, right, and the guy pulls out his cell phone, would you be comfortable saying to him, hey, I'm with you right now, talk to me?
I have done that. So yes, I do feel very comfortable saying that. I don't know. I don't like my time being wasted. I'm fairly busy, so if I'm going to be with someone, I'd rather if I'm with one of my best friends and we're just hanging out, it's a different kind of style. But if I'm actually trying to get to know someone and they have demanded my time, I'm going to demand theirs back.
Look down, right? You're going to be walking away.
I read an article actually on how texting has like changed our culture and relationships, like romantic relationships even, rather than like asking someone on a date and having those butterflies that come to you. It's like, oh, it's so easy and you're just nonchalant about it. Let's send a text, want to go for coffee. Like it's changed our culture and the way we actually like relate, and kind of lost the romanticism of life.
Being nervous and sweaty palms, and is she going to accept? And well, that takes me back a few years.
You can quote, pretty much you can rewrite your conversation. So if he's nervous, he can edit out exactly how he wants to say it rather than like let it be natural,
They'll probably have people texting to get married, like, I haven't got time to see you right now, but let me propose. It's going to happen, right?
Well, I hope not for me. I don't know. Wouldn't fly, right?
You guys are great. Thank you very much, and I'll let you get back to your conversation. And sorry for imposing on you today.
No problem.
Thank you very much. Good luck at Trinity.